What's up, guys? Today is gonna be a very special video, a very special video where I want to introduce you to someone very special to me. And yeah, you're gonna learn a lot of things. I'm actually gonna introduce you to my mentor. So you guys, you know my story. If you know my story, if you not know my story, look, my first girlfriend broke up when I was 17. I started to study the most epic guys in the club, the guys who always had his best success in their lives. And this guy we're gonna see in a bit, he always had the sickest girls, the top models. And I started to approach him, I started to talk with him, and he actually pretty liked me, and we became friends. And by the time he became my mentor, and now I said him to, let's come over here, I'm gonna make this shit even more epic with you. And he came here. And first, give me a big intro. What is up?
Yo,
what is up, Chumur?
In the house.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Alright, so guys, what I already told you, this is my mentor, Chumur, the one and only old school god who's in the game for, I don't even know for how long. We're gonna sit down for a bit, so let's sit down and let's have a talk, Chumur. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna set this up, guys. Alright guys, we're at a villa here in Bali. Right now we just rented the place for 1 year. I'm gonna make a villa tour if you guys want it. But here, I have the one and only Chumur Amor.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having you here, me on my channel.
Thank you too.
And yeah, we're gonna coach together clients. Like, that was the best thing I ever could do for my brand, for our freaking business. Bringing you here. So I got all his knowledge. He literally have 4 freaking books like this. I didn't even wrote all of this, written with hand, with all his crazy experiments. I still have to go through it all. But this is the godfather. Like, all the RSD people know him. Like, every freaking buddy knows him. He knows everything what's happening in the indie and like in the back of the site. So first of all, yeah, could you introduce yourself a little bit? Could you tell me more about you, and like, could you say to my fellow followers, what is your story behind the game? How you get into the game? But first, back to the place where you were a child. Like,
yeah,
tell me your story. Tell me more about you, bro.
Okay. In 1995.
1995.
Yeah, it's a lot of years ago. I was 13 years old. I had my first relationship. It was for 2 months. You know? I was young, so when I was just become 14,
yes,
I met my first real girlfriend. You know, I had a relationship for 9 months, and after that, when I was 17 years old in 1999, I was on the street in the place Arnhem, and I saw one guy, and it was funny because I was standing here on the street, and on the other side, it was in town, it was in the city. So I was standing like this, and he was standing across, you know,
yes,
the other side of the street, and we were both looking to ask from a hot girl.
Oh, yeah. You became pretty early. You were 17. Where you got this your second girlfriend, second relationship, third relationship?
No, that I had, I guess, 4th or 5th.
Alright,
I can't remember exactly.
He's the natural. Alright, so go ahead.
Cool. At that moment, we were looking both to the ass, and we saw each other, and we doing like this. And it was funny. It was funny because I was new in that town. I was alone, and I saw that guy a couple of times, and yeah, we became friends. And it was funny because I always saw him. We didn't call it day game or something. I saw him fixing girls,
getting girls just on the street, like all the time.
On the street, even when we are at the McDonald's, it was above in Arnhem. So it was funny because when he saw girls, he did this on the window.
The word day game wasn't even made up yet.
Yeah. So he did this, and they run from outside, you know, to us, and I saw him every day doing that. And then he told me, okay, now it's your turn. And it was on the station in Arnhem, and it was, how can I say? There was a very hot girl. She was blonde, you know?
Blonde, yeah.
And I looked at her, and it was funny because everybody was looking to her, you know? But she was so beautiful. I think nobody has the balls to approach her. And for me, it also was a little bit excited, you know?
You were like just 17, right?
17, yeah. And it was funny because I went to her, you know? And he was standing across, and you know, I was talking with her, and I just did the same thing what I see him doing every day. And at that moment it was funny because I was busy with her and he was like on the other side, he was like and when I still think about his face, it's funny, man, it's funny. But I fixed her number at that moment and everybody saw it. So when we walked away together, me and my friend,
you had like an instant, oh, with this guy,
yeah, it was really like, man, if I come.
You had this crazy, awesome feeling.
Man. I was 17 years old. Come on, and I did that. Everybody's looking to me, and for me it was also exciting.
Yeah, the first time, of course.
When I fix a number, I walk like this. and at that moment, you know, I saw my friend, and when we walked around the corner, we were like, man, we're gonna do this, and then we did it every day.
Damn.
So yeah, it was just our nature, and we went everywhere. You know, we had a lot of guys talking, good in game.
Everyone is talking and like bullshit.
Yeah, and at that moment it was like, yeah, we just did it every day. So, yeah.
That's your story how you get into game, actually.
Yeah, that's my story how I get into game. And
but when did you find out that game was a real thing? Because you just start to do this naturally with your friend.
I want to thank you for this indirect question.
All right, sure.
Because when I saw the movie Hitch of Will Smith,
oh yeah,
I told my friend, you know, Dutch guy, told him, hey, that's me. And he told me, Will Smith has a name. Who are you? And I was like, okay. and in 2015, another friend of mine, he told me something about pickup and that kind of things and who are the coaches. And I just looked on YouTube and I was like, so I told myself, you know what? I want to meet this guy. I want to go in the ring with him. Yeah. Yes. I just pay for one boot camp and then I know who he is.
So in 2015, that's when you actually first came in touch with game. Before that, you never heard about game. Were you just natural getting girls all the time?
Yes.
And then you start like, oh, there's actually more people who are doing this and coaching this.
Yeah. So I did this my whole life. You know, it was a hobby for me. I did it every day. You know, and yeah, at that moment I did the boot camp. You know, and everybody saw me in action, and I was like, okay, man,
you're the best of the best. You're owning them like in front of their eyes.
Yeah.
I saw that happening. I was also in one of the boot camps with them, and like, they know this guy is so good. They're pretty afraid of this guy. Like, damn, like, if he gets loose, if he gets his marketing, like, he's gonna own all of us. That's what you can see in their eyes. So, a little bit more back. So you're like 17 years old. You got into game, but like, tell me a little bit. Like, it's very personal. You told me this.
Yeah.
But like, how was your life for you before that? Like,
that's a very good question, man.
It was a little, yeah, I heard like he has a really tough story, behind story, but I think it's like this is the introduction, like this is the time people gonna see you the first time on YouTube, on my channel, and it's good. So when they see it, they're gonna know you more. So tell me a little bit more about your parents, what you had, and how you lived like before.
Okay, also about my past. Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to like.
Okay. Okay. Cool. How I lived before the game, before I started with it. Okay, I was just a young boy, you know. I went to school, you know. I played soccer, football on a high level. I always wanted to be a professional because my father, he was in a selection of Galatasaray. He was in love with my mother, so he come to Holland.
Yes,
you know? He didn't know anything about game, so cool. I did judo, you know. I was Dutch champion. I was second on the international championships.
You just always what you're doing. You always want to be the best.
I always want to be the best. You know, it's just like also my mother. She's world champ, Dutch champ, European champ, bodybuilding. And if you raised up with that, you know, it's more normal for you. You know, so
you get this discipline from your parents.
Yeah, really. She got a high discipline. So. She was always busy with bodybuilding and with herself, you know. As a child, she didn't have enough time for me, but okay, I loved her, you know. I'm still proud of her. And when she starting to get a little bit famous, she told me a lot of things in my life, you know. I girls like me, but she told me also things like, I don't want you, you know, if you were not in my life, I was already there.
Yes.
And if you're young, you start to getting to believe that.
Yeah.
So
especially your parents, when your parents say things over and over and over, you're gonna believe that, like how bad some things can be.
Yeah. So when I was 15 years old, 15 years old, she kicked me out of the house. And after that time, I survived a lot. I had to fight myself. And before I tell you about this, it's just to be honest. I know how it feels for you all, for us men, because we are human, So she rejected me, and
The biggest rejection you can get as a child, right?
it's my biggest rejection. Yeah, even when I had the most hot girls, I was always when I was more young, I didn't have that big self-esteem what I have now. So when I was 15 years old, I was out of my house. I survived, I had to find myself. And when I get 30 years old, I found myself. So it costed for me 15 years.
Yes.
So and then I found myself. And yeah, now I'm 6-7 years. I'm fucking happy.
Yes.
And the game helped me through it, man.
Definitely.
Helped me through it.
Yeah, like a lot of pickup artists screwed up for the other, like 95% of the pickup artists screwed up for the 5% who really understands game, who really knows what game is. And it's not about women, it's about better yourself, to become your best self, to get your shit together and just become the best self of you can be. So like that's the point where I'm starting to meet him. Like, so I was 17, I was always a bitch. This girl was just for me like money and like other things. And she broke up with me, and that's when I started to study the guys who are badass in clubs, because I never want to have that same feeling ever again, So this guy, we came to the same clubs a lot, and he was always pulling the hottest fucking models, and I thought he was this bold guy. I thought he doesn't look like a super god, but he got all this crazy hot models, and like how the heck he does it. So we started to talk, and he actually pretty liked me, so we became friends. And then he started to learn me some more things, and then I thought, yeah, this is something I want to do in my whole life, and it gets better and better and better and better, and like all fucking because of you. So first of all, I want to thank you for everything you taught me and all the fucking knowledge you gave me.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Also, I have to tell you, it's he observed me in the club, and then he just he asked me how you do that, and I was used that a lot of guys were acting like, or they looked like me, like they didn't like me, or some guys they were, I think they were jealous,
Yes.
and but this guy, he come to me and he asked me how you do that. So at that moment I was like,
He's for
man,
real,
yeah, you're for real. But at that moment, my consciousness told me, hey, this guy's open-minded. And I really appreciate people who have the balls just to ask me, instead of hating me. You don't know me, man. So he asked me, and at the moment I was like, cool, let's go. I'm gonna teach him. Because he was open-minded, and his energy was good, and it's all about the energy, and I felt that, and I felt your honesty. I saw your real. And then I told myself, I always teach my friends, but I didn't know him, but it was just good in 10 seconds, And then I told myself, you know what, I'm going to learn him. Before I go to the 4-week natural, years before, I just told myself, first I'm going to coach some guys, train them, and I like it, man. This guy is, he's epic.
Thanks, bro.
He's a new generation, man.
Thanks, bro. So yeah, we're like, I teach him some things with Instagram game, like online game, and he's the old school. He knows like so much about psychology and so much about everything. Like every day I learn new things from him. So thanks for sharing your personal story. Thanks for sharing this with us. It's like it's gonna help a lot of guys. So like more into bring value to these people. Like there are a lot of pickup artists in this world, of course, and they teach all those different tools and techniques and shit. But like, are there some particular things? What are the most important for you and the most important things for game? To become good at game?
Good question, man. Good question. So the 3 things. What is the most important to get good in game? Number 1, be authentic.
Yes.
Yep.
Can you go deeper on that?
Yeah. You know what it is, guys? A lot of guys who want to be good in game. Yeah. They go to pickup artists, and they learn some tricks, But women don't want tricks from you. They want you. They want your real, natural you.
Yes.
Yeah? So, for example, Anri is not like me, and I'm not like him.
Yes.
You are not like me, and
We have all these different personalities.
Yeah. So you have to coach people on that, you know. And
Yes.
what I do, you know, it's a little bit comforting for a lot of guys.
He coached a lot of guys in Holland, and like in the beginning they freaking hate this guy. They freaking hate this guy because he's the truth. He's comforting you. But in the end, like, you pay him, we pay us, and like you want to get better, and we know exactly what is gonna help you. And in the end, you want to get better. So in the beginning, you're gonna start to hate, like, what the heck, like I'm getting so uncomfortable in these situations. But because we want to have the best, and you feel it, you're gonna do it, and then you realize that shit works really freaking well. And like, tell me one more thing about. I'm gonna tell you one more thing about authenticity. So like in the beginning, I sacrificed 2 years of like spending it almost every day on the street, going out like 4 or 5 times a week, and I taught all those different techniques and tools, and I didn't feel my authentic self. I never knew who I really was. But yeah, like in the beginning, you have to sacrifice some time, sacrifice some things to become really good, and some techniques, some tools. But in the end, that's where he came to me. Like also like, bro, like I was dating all those hot girls for like once and twice, and I got laid a lot. But in the end, they never stayed with me because they had no idea who I was, and I had no idea who I was. So like they were thinking, who the heck is this guy? And I never, after the second date, I had never heard about more from her, you know. So he told me like the next step is to become your authentic self, and this is what 95% of the pickup artists also misses. So what he means with that is like everything, every knowledge you have, every techniques and tools you learned, throw them all away, keep them back in your mind, but really become your authentic self. And it's hard, it's uncomfortable, because some guys like, am I good enough, am I awesome enough? But this step is so damn important, and he really helps you with this. So that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Of the three things. Yeah. What are good then? What's the second thing?
I can tell a lot of things, but empathy, man.
Empathy.
Yeah, because I don't tell this to everyone, but yeah, I tell it to my students.
Yes.
Yeah. But in this time, we have social media.
Yes.
Everybody's busy with Instagram, Facebook.
Everyone has this mask on his face.
Yeah, or WhatsApp, and a lot of people don't see each other anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. People put some pictures of themselves. Yeah. But the beautiful part of internet is you can show your skills. We can reach each other all over the world. But
it's getting dark. Go on. Go on. It's getting dark.
The negative thing about this is there become more distance between people, because you're busy with WhatsApp, you're busy with Instagram, but you don't see each other anymore. So people lose their empathy. It's a funny thing. What I'm going to say to you right now is what Albert Einstein says: when technology will take over the world, we live in a world with idiots. Yeah,
that's true. That, yeah.
So that's what I see, and you know, first I'm going to train them to get them authentic self. We go deep, and then I teach them the empathy. And
it's like really listening to girls, right?
Yes,
and really understanding and non-verbal communication. They're like, that's a very big thing.
Yeah, that's what we men mostly miss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like women are like naturally really good with like getting all those signs, getting all those feelings of what is real happening, but most of the men miss that in their life, and they really have to start teaching that, start learning that. All right, so you have authenticity, you have empathy,
yes,
and we miss one thing.
Action, man.
Action.
Yeah. Massive action.
Massive freaking action.
Take fucking massive action, man. Because hey, actions speak louder than words, man. Yeah, you can think in your head, yeah, like an overthinking guy.
Yes.
Yeah, but you will always stay stuck in your head.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to take action, because if you take action, you experience it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We work with like massive action takes already. We work with successful people like entrepreneurs, digital entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors. People already took the massive action because our think is how we think. Like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So we know those people take massive action, but in this part of life, maybe they bought a Lamborghini and they think like, oh, now the girls will come, but they don't understand like all gold diggers will come, and you don't want to get used by all those girls, right? So like maybe you're like, maybe you have a company, or maybe you're already successful, but maybe you feel like uncomfortable talking to strangers. Maybe you feel like a little bit uncomfortable in your own body. So what is it? What's the first steps? So they can like, you have to. I always believe like you have to take small steps in the beginning.
Yeah.
Don't make it too hard for yourself in the beginning, otherwise you will quit.
Yes.
So what are like some small tips for them to start taking massive action in the beginning?
First step is just go. So what he says, don't make it too hard for yourself. Don't want to control the outcome. First go. You can start with simple hello. Just
Like
say
to grandmothers or to grandfathers, not just guys on the street.
Yeah.
Normal conversations.
Yeah. Start low. You know, if you never did this, start with a grandma or grandpa. You know, just to say hello. Then you go to just other people, adult people. You know, say hello. Just try to start a conversation without want to control an outcome, because you can't control that, and most men, they want that immediately.
So become outcome independent. And in other words, actually you don't give a fuck. If you're outcome independent, it doesn't matter what you're doing, like it doesn't matter what the outcome is. You know you're trying the best you can to become better and better and better and better. But if you like try, like when you talk to this girl and you have this mindset like, I need to get her in bed, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like you're not making it yourself easy. So you're outcome independent. Nobody, like all the outcomes, what can happen, just what it is. You're independent, you don't care. So that's a really good thing, thanks.
Yeah.
And is there something else you want to share with this, like my audience, our audience?
Man, listen to this guy, because this guy, he will give you a lot of content, yeah. And he's one of the guys I saw in action. Yeah, I also know a lot of pickup artists. He always do. You know, he's a doer. He's not a thinker. You know, so not someone who, you know, who can explain the game very well, but you also see it. And if you see it, you believe it. And I saw it a lot of times. So, man, you have to take this guy serious.
Same for you, bro. Like, I can't wait to blow this thing up with you, and it's gonna blow up very soon. So you're one of the first 500 people, first 1,000 people who are watching this. Yeah, guys. Yeah, was that it? Like,
you know what? I can tell you a lot of things, but then we're busy for hours.
Yes, we're gonna you're gonna see him way more in my videos. Yeah, again, thanks for being here, bro. Like, I'm gonna put all your contact, like your Instagram and everything, how people can reach out to you. I'm gonna put all the links here below the video. So guys, this was already. Thank you so much for watching this, and like you again, thank you so much. You have no idea how this means for me.
I want to thank you for this, man, for this beautiful moment over here.
Yeah, so guys, thank you again. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe, and don't forget to turn the notification bell. If you want to see how epic our life is, and our life is freaking epic. We live in Bali right now. We're surrounded by all this freaking top models. I'll put a lot of stories on my Instagram, so you can follow us. Check out, the link's gonna be here somewhere. It's gonna be a little bit dark, but it doesn't matter. You will understand everything. And yeah, guys, if you have the feeling that you like a massive action taker, you have already the success in your life, you have this business going on, you have success in your life, but you miss that love aspect in your life, you miss that real love, you miss that, you feel uncomfortable and you want to be surrounded by high quality women in your life, you don't want to settle with average girls, just connect with us. We will help you out. Yeah, you're gonna see more from us, and thanks again, guys, and we will see you later. Peace out.